Hi, BedNighters. Welcome back to another night of BedNights with VINVAE. Monalisa, welcome to BedNights.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're all happy, shining your teeth. Tell me.
I always do.
Tell me what's going on.
It's funny. I always do. I think I've been looking forward to this for like the whole week. It's my highlight. I was like, what is it going to be like? It's a different experience. I like to put myself in situations where I'm not comfortable because I think you grow from things like this. And also you do something that you're uncomfortable with, and then you gain courage to do other things.
Word. Thank you so much. And how was your commute here?
It was insane. I obviously biked here because I'm training for an Ironman. So I thought, you know what? I will do half of the workout here, and then I'll do half of the workout when I go home.
Nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No
Thanks
problem.
for coming.
No worries.
Yeah. So tell BedNighters about yourself.
So my name is Monalisa, also known as the Run Club President on Instagram. I've been part of the running community for many years. I think this will be like my 6th year. In Toronto. I also was in Nigeria. Like I was telling Viv, I lived in Nigeria for a little bit and also built a little community there. Also did Run Club in Abuja. Shout out Abuja Run Club. So yeah, I've just been more of like, I thought originally actually people know me as a coach. I used to personal train and those who know me from back then know that, oh, you know, she used to like do fitness and stuff.
Yeah.
And I realized that wasn't my passion. Sorry to my old clients. It wasn't you, it was me. And I had to break up with them and tell them it just wasn't my passion. I know that I'm good at it, but I think community is more of my passion, community and fitness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You have a big portfolio. Nice one.
Thank you.
So check Monalisa out on the Run.
The Run Club President.
Yeah, the Run Club President on Instagram. Okay. So Monalisa, tell VINVAE a story.
Let me tell you a story about marathons.
Okay.
I'm in love with marathons. I think it's more than just running. I think it builds a lot of character. You have to be in a state of mind where you're really uncomfortable even with yourself and where you have to face your insecurities based on and sometimes your headphones die and you have to listen to your thoughts that you don't want to listen to. I just finished my 3rd one and it was a lot easier than my first one. My first one, I wanted to die. The first 5 minutes, it was 3 years ago, the first 5 minutes into this marathon, keep in mind that it takes an average human 4 hours to run a marathon. The first 5 minutes I had a panic attack. I was like, oh, this is wrong. Like, can I get out? And it was like a world major. So world majors, right? They close down 4 different roads. They'll close down this major road, this major, for everybody to fit. And so there's like hundreds of thousands of people running at the same time. So the minute you start, you're trapped. You can't go anywhere. There's no left or right. You can't just jump out. Like, you have to go from start to finish, whether you're crawling, whether you're rolling, anything to get you from start to finish.
Well, what if someone faints?
Oh, and it happens. It happens. It happens all the time. I think it's just up to you. That's somebody else, but it's about you. It's you. It's you versus you, literally.
Yeah.
And you're just faced with like real reality things, like things that people hide and things that we use like social media to distract ourselves. You're like faced with that kind of stuff. And that's why I think I like running marathons, because it reminds me to like look deep within. And when you feel like you're out of gas and you don't have anything left, trust me, it's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how does this, translate to real life?
Because nowadays, like I was saying, even me, I struggle with it, is social media, TikTok, Instagram. It's a dopamine. It's an effect that, even when you're by yourself in your home and there's nothing to do, you can pick up a book and read.
Yeah.
But instead we reach for this like easy access to just get the brain almost excited. And we all do it. And we don't realize how bad it is for us because it's so time consuming when you can be accomplishing other things and doing more self-growth, really digging deep within yourself. People nowadays struggle with like mental health and mental illness. And I feel like it's because sometimes we're too scared to just look deep inside.
Okay.
Like, what are we insecure about? What makes us feel uncomfortable? Yeah. Like, for example, I have a struggle with receiving. I'm the eldest in my family.
Okay.
So receiving is really difficult for me, especially in relationships. But what running's taught me to do is sometimes you're stuck in this state for 4 hours. Well, 3:30 for me. I'm a pretty fast girl.
That's nice.
But you're stuck in this state for such a long time that you can't run away from it. You can't run away from the feeling of being tired. You can't just stop at 30K. Like, could you imagine you've done 30K and you still have 12 more to go? Would you stop?
No.
Like your pride is too high by that time. You know what I mean? So, when you're in that state of being tired and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I tell myself, be in that moment, like feel sad, feel tired, feel discouraged. I think it's important to be in our feelings. Everyone's always trying to run away from your feelings, and you pick up your phone and you look for the dopamine to cover those feelings.
Yeah.
So how it kind of translates in life is I don't have my phone. I don't have access to TikTok at that time. I have to be within my feelings. So when it comes to receiving, like dating, for example, when someone gives me something, I feel tingles in the back of my neck in a bad way. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel like I almost have to give back. But I think it's so important for us to, there's no solution to it, but be in that feeling. Don't run away from that feeling. Know that, okay, I feel uncomfortable getting something, but how does it make me feel? Why do I feel like that? Those are things that you have to start asking yourself instead of reaching over for your phone and looking for TikTok for the answer.
Yeah, so are you advising us to focus on our physical health?
Definitely. And not just physical health. So like, I know people struggle waking up in the morning.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So walk me through that literally. So you wake up in the morning, you have the desire to go to the gym.
Yeah, let me tell you, I always have my gym outfit close by. So when I wake up in the morning, I just wear it and go. But then my alarm wakes me up at 5:30 or 6, and I go back to bed. And the next time I see myself awake is at like 8:30 a.m.
Right.
And when I wake up at that time, I have to get ready for work here.
Right.
So how do we do it? So for people like us who struggle to wake up early, because I don't like the idea of going to work out to the gym after work. After work, I'm usually so exhausted. So what would you say? What do you think we should do, to get us moving?
Definitely. So where's your alarm? How do you set your alarm?
Phone.
Where's your phone? But where is it when you wake up?
Just by my bed.
That's already, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I do that too. Like I'm not perfect either, but when I have my phone in my bed, I won't wake up properly. It has to be somewhere away from you. Is your bathroom close to your bedroom?
Yeah.
I would put it in the bathroom or put it in the kitchen because you physically have to get the body to get up.
Yeah.
So that's step one, is having your phone away from you. Sometimes also I find my watch is helpful because I don't like the sound of my phone. I like a vibration on my watch.
Okay.
But then that also is in my bed and the comfort of my bed. So having my phone on the other side of, or telling Siri or telling Google, hey, could you wake me up at this time? And you having to physically get out of your bed will be very helpful. Okay. So that's step one.
Okay.
So step two is now being in that feeling of, I hate it. I don't want to be here. But trust me, that feeling, would you rather have that feeling, right, for like literally 15 seconds? Okay, 15 minutes in the morning. By the time you brush your teeth, you're like, okay, I'm up, let's go. Or would you rather have the guilt at 8:30 and be like, wow, I didn't do it. And every day Like, which one would you guys rather have?
Yeah, the feeling, the few minutes feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
So then that's what you now have to tell yourself at the time. And sometimes, guys, it literally takes like writing a note to yourself the night before and putting it right beside your phone in the kitchen or in the bathroom and say, it's going to be 15 minutes. Like, write yourself a note that's personal to you. Okay. So mine is, I'm a lucky girl. I deserve to be up at this time. I want to feel good. I deserve the good feelings, the good endorphins you're going to get when, you're in the gym and you're feeling yourself. You deserve that. And once I have that at the side of my phone and the little piece of paper and I read it while I'm brushing my teeth, you're almost like rewiring your brain to be like, hey, you're actually okay. It's just a shock to the brain, really, that first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And it's going to happen all the time. It's just the more you do it, the better you get at it. Mm-hmm. But then the more you sleep in at 8:30 and you allow yourself to do that, you're telling your brain that that's okay, and it's not okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So it's about rewiring the brain, and I think the first step is physical. Like, you physically have to get your body out, and the only way you're gonna get your body out of your bed is go and reach for the phone. Because what's gonna happen is that even if you want to, like, oh, let me just go back to bed, really? So you're gonna get out of your bed, turn off your phone in the kitchen, and you're really gonna walk back? Do you not have shame? Like, bring shame back. Nah, my pride is too high. And trust me, like, your pride will be high when you're like, okay, well, I'm out of bed. Like, you're really gonna go back in. You must be in your lowest of lowest if you're doing that,
I know. I know.
So try it out. Like, first step, keep the phone away from you. Get the phone, turn it off, brush your teeth immediately with the note right there, or in the kitchen, wherever the note you want it to be, to just remind yourself. And that's, again, rewiring the brain to be like, this is what we need to do to get where we need to get to.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so the first step is making sure anything that is waking me up, anything I have the alarm on, be it my phone or like an alarm clock, it should be in the bathroom or far away from the bedroom.
Yes.
So when it rings in the morning, like 5:30 or 6 a.m., I can wake my body up, turn it up. Okay.
And by then, honestly, you'll start to wake up. And then when you have your gym clothes on, you'll be like, okay, well, I'm already up anyways, so I might as well get started. Yeah. By the time you get into your first set of the workout or like turn on the music, you're in it. You in this hole.
Okay.
Like, trust me, you'll be like, okay, like, I got this. And that already, when you're at that point, you're already giving your body that incentive that, like, you are that girl. Like, you just woke up earlier than everyone. You're breathing the first breath before everybody else. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. And you're so much deserving of that. That's what I always remind myself.
Yeah, that's true. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, BedNighters, you heard her, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're struggling to get up in the morning to, go exercise, go work out, this might do the trick for you guys. Who knows? So just try it out. And how many days a week would you advise us to work out?
To be honest, with your brain, you need routine. The brain functions better on routine. So I don't know about you, but I noticed that if I go to bed at the same time and I wake up at the same time every single day, I'm high functioning because it's less to think about in the day. You don't have to think about very much other than your routine. And once you have your routine, you're just kind of on like autopilot. So I try to wake up around the same time, and even on weekends, even if it means I'm up at the 5:30, but then maybe I'll make a coffee and then lay back into bed. That's fine. But like, I need my brain to wake up at the exact same time every single day.
Okay.
Yeah. It just works better for your brain. And I don't know, it's less shock to the brain if you're like, I don't know, going to bed at 3 a.m. and then the next day you're going to bed at midnight, and then the next day maybe you get an early night. It's not the best for your brain chemistry.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's funny because this stuff is like, we're always told and we know what's right. It's just we have these a million distractions nowadays, like, that stop us from like being our best selves. So another tip for me is, don't go on social, like, everyone knows this, and I'm not perfect. I do it sometimes, and I'm like, wow, I spent X amount of time on social media. Like you have to be very disciplined about that. And it's funny because people are like, oh, when it comes to fitness, you have to be so disciplined. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you have to be disciplined, but like not even about the actual workout part, the stuff that goes around it, because it'll make your workout a lot easier.
Yeah.
But if, let's say you wake up, you reach for your phone, you're turning it off, and then you're like, okay, let me just quickly go on TikTok instead of like reading a Bible verse. You know?
Yeah, I do.
And what does God say about that too? Like every time I want to do that in the morning, you know what I tell myself? I'm like, wow, I'm idolizing TikTok over God. Like really? You know you have daily devotion. Yeah. Like why are you idolizing that? You're also picking those other things above yourself, if that makes any sense. That's and true. I think that's where, again, like the discipline of fitness starts. Like if you can't even be disciplined with that kind of stuff, how do you expect yourself to be disciplined in the gym?
That's true.
Yeah, damn. I feel like I needed that advice for myself. Because I'm not perfect. Like, yes, I'm lecturing these things, but these are also things that I even struggle every single day to tell myself. Like, I know the right thing to do. I know that I'm trying to rewire the brain to think a certain way because it'll make my life a lot easier in the gym or on the track or whatnot.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm going to consider everything you've said.
Yeah.
I'm going to consider everything you said. So you said you're preparing for
I'm preparing for an Ironman, and an Ironman basically is it's a half Ironman, thank goodness. So it's a 2-kilometer swim.
You swim too?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you only run.
Yeah, I do.
You also swim?
So it's swim, 2K swim, something like that. I know I have to be in the water for an hour. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then it's a 90K bike ride. Okay. I died biking here, by the way, and it was only 9K.
Wow.
I died. So 40K bike ride, 90K bike ride, which is going to take me about 4 hours. And then 21-kilometer run, which I'm not really worried about because I don't want to brag, but like I do that on a regular basis. Yeah. But the real one is like 5K swim, something like that. 140K bike ride. 42-kilometer run. So imagine swimming for that long, like let's say 2 hours maybe. Yeah, 2 hours. Then you now bike for 5 hours, and then you now have to run a marathon. That's a full Ironman. Okay, so and everything is going to take place on the same day? Yeah, on the same day, back to back. So the one I'm actually doing is going to be a total of 7. It should take me about 7 hours. 7 hours? Yeah. Back to back. Full shift. Yeah. Yeah, back to back, no stopping. The scariest part about the water portion is it's not like you get to run into the water. They now put you on a boat early in the morning with your heat, and they'll drive you out to like the middle of the lake, and then you just get dropped. Yeah, pretty wild. I don't even know why I'm doing it. It's wild because everything you're saying, I can't ride a bike. I'm ashamed of myself. It's okay. Yeah, I can't ride a bike. For swimming, when I was younger, I used to swim. I don't know what changed. I really don't know what changed. Even these days, I'm not a big fan of water bodies, but it's something I would like to, do again. I used to enjoy swimming. And running, yeah, when I was in secondary school, or they call it high school here. So when I was in secondary school, I used to run. Nice. Yeah. But I've stopped doing it. No, but you'll be surprised because don't ever underestimate your muscle memory, especially as a kid. If you're one of those like who used to swim or run or bike back in the day and you try to do it now, don't underestimate, like you still have those muscles. Okay. Like you'll be surprised, somebody who hasn't done it ever, you'll actually come out stronger because you still have a bit of muscle memory. Once you start doing it, you'll be surprised that your body actually remembers how to do it. Okay. Yeah. No problem. I need to take my fitness routine seriously. Yeah, you should. And you need to. You really, it's like it's like free Botox. Yeah, you need to. I promise you, and I'll keep you updated. Yeah, no, I would want to hear that. My progress with you on Instagram. Okay, I went to the gym today because I really admire,
when people take their fitness journey seriously, I admire them. And just look at you, you preparing for a competition, you spending 7 hours back to back, you racing, you swimming, you cycling. You're strong.
I hope.
It doesn't matter.
I hope.
Like, it doesn't, like, for you to even consider doing it.
I hope. I really, really hope, because it's coming up. But like that being said, just also for women, I also like to remind them, because also our moms now are going through like menopause and seeing the different changes. They might not really talk about it, but my mom talks about it quite often. But like your body, if you're not working out on a regular basis and you hit menopause a little earlier, you can forget how to pee. Okay. And like that's a simple thing, but like because you're not working that muscle, you can lose that like ability. So just think of that. Like that's what kind of motivates me to work out and keep doing what I do, because I see my parents, they've been working out for so long and they're really fit. My parents are both runners, and everyone gets them mixed up. They think that they're my siblings because they look so young. But it's also just nice to be able to like call my dad, and he's like 58, and be like, oh, Dad, do you want to go on a hike? Or like, Dad, or do you want to go on a run? It means a lot to me, because the fact that I still get to bond with my dad like that. Yeah. And I would want to do that for my kids too. That's what I think in the future. I'm like, okay, I want to keep working out and challenging myself like this, because like it means so much for me to be able to hang out with my dad that way. I hope I can do it for my children in the future. So that should already be a motivation enough. And because like a lot of us aren't having kids yet. Like my friend, like my girl group now, we're like freezing our eggs now. It's like a thing. It's a thing now. Like it's weird. Like back in the day, by now we would have kids, right? But we don't have kids.
Yeah.
So like, think about it, guys. We don't have kids right now. Let's say we now start having kids in about like 7 years. I mean, with the dating world right now, it's not looking cute
at all.
I'm gonna say like maybe like 7 years for us. By then we'll be like 37. But think about it. Like, okay, now you have a kid at 37. Will you be able to jive with them? You know?
True. That's why you need to be strong for that.
Yeah. Like, don't you want to go to the club with your kid?
I want to.
Yeah. Okay. Like, look at the rate we're going. We don't have them right now. So, so like, think about that kind of stuff when you're thinking of fitness. Like, I know it's like whatever right now, we're young and like do whatever, but think about it almost as like an investment to yourself and an investment to your family. And then also like when you're dating other people, like if you're not dating somebody who cares about their health, like in the future, like where do you guys think you're going to go?
That's true.
To the hospital. Yeah, basically I think it's really important to like know your body as well. And spread the workouts out and try to do different workouts, because you never know what unconventional workouts might work for you. So trying to make sure that you do something on a Monday, maybe that is high intensity, maybe a leg day in the gym, but then Tuesday taking a group class, Wednesday just doing some small yoga at your house. I think that also allows your brain to be engaged in your fitness lifestyle. Okay. And it's a lifestyle at the end of the day, right? It's for you, and has to be sustainable for you and what works for you. So just because we see these intense like athletes or influencers on social media doing these workouts doesn't mean that it works for you, because that person is going on a totally different journey. They might be training for an actual race versus someone who just wants to like get into the fitness or build a fitness lifestyle for you. Yeah. So
that's work well. Nice timetable. Yeah. So you're saying we should actually do what works for our body.
1,000%. I learned that big time in my last marathon, actually, because in the running world, we're pressured by this whole idea of like, oh, you have to be in a training block. And these training blocks, sometimes it's like 4 months of like a sacrifice. Like you don't go out, I go out. You don't go out, you don't drink, I drink. Like you give up your social life. You have to do a speed day on this day and run this much. You have to do a long run on this day. I didn't do that for my last marathon, and I knew that I was going to get judged, so I never told anybody. I just like decided to run a marathon that day, and I excelled and did the best, better than ever, because I knew my body. I knew that a training block doesn't work for me. I don't like training blocks because I don't like the fact that I have to sacrifice my entire life. Two, I do other things like on top. So like that should be sufficient enough to like, instead of doing a speed day, well, I do spin class and I get enough, like I get enough from there. So why would I double it up? So yeah, knowing what works for you, I think is really important, because you'll be surprised once you're doing things that work for you and a regimen that works for you. You know, you hear those old ladies sometimes, the really fit ones, and they're like, oh, well, I do Pilates on Tuesday, and I can't because that's my spin day. It's they know their body so well, and they have their own regimen, and they stick by it, and it's not what you see on social media. It's what works for them, and they've been able to sustain it because it's what they love, and it's what they've done for them. It's nobody else has made it up for them. They just know their body best.
Okay. Yeah. Very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, I've learned a lot just from this our short session. Yeah, it's so nice, learning how to like creating a timetable for your fitness routine, learning how to get up from your bed when you're feeling lazy.
Yes.
That's really helpful. Thank you. Thank you again.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you again for it.
You know what to do. You just have to do it right.
You just have to do it right. You just have to do it right. Thank you so much. And just one more question before we round this up. I know you told me earlier that you translated marathon running into like actual life and everything, resilience and all that. Do you recall any moments where you had to bring in your running spirit? Because you said when you are in a marathon, you can't stop. And I believe fitness journey also translates into like your everyday life.
Totally.
Like, whenever I go to the gym, I'm always energetic that day and all that. So has there been any time in life when you were feeling like kind of low, couldn't push through, and your runner spirits like interceded?
Absolutely. I feel like when my engagement broke off, that was the hardest for me. And it was something that, so I was engaged the year before last year, and it broke off at the beginning of the year last year.
2024?
2024. So it was a fresh one.
Oh my God.
And it was so hard because I've always made that commitment to myself that no matter what is happening around me, I will always make my workouts. So like through that trial and tribulation, I always hit my workout. I still showed out for myself. And I mean like in tears, like crying in my workouts, crying through my lifts. But I made that commitment for myself that like, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm still going to pull through for myself. And then also just like the resilience portion of it. When you're in like that 32K mark and you still have 10 kilometers, so about an hour to go of running, you really have to dig deep, and digging deep makes you more resilient. And 1 kilometer at a time, when you're dying and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it, but you keep doing it and you keep showing yourself that you're just putting one foot in front of the other. And sometimes that's all it takes. That's something that's definitely translated into like, I guess, that breakup. And at that time, actually, I tell myself in a race, sometimes it's second by second, minute by minute, until it can be hour by hour, until I can do day by day. And then one day I'll be able to do week by week until it becomes month by month. And sometimes you have to break it down into that. So like even in my race, when I break it down like that, I just remember like, okay, I know that this is painful, but like just even putting one foot in front of the other until I can do 1 kilometer at a time, until I can do 5 at a time. That's all that matters. So when you are going through things like that, like trials in your life, at the time for me to take that pressure of like how sad I was or how dark it was, I always reminded myself that I don't have to take it all at once, Mona. It's second by second until I can do, and second by second is fine because that's second by second. We're doing second by second right now. Until you can do minute by minute, and it becomes a little bit easier because you're just asking for a minute by minute. And I don't know if anyone out there has gone through like major breakups. They are so brutal that you literally just have to be so patient with yourself and tell yourself, okay, just one foot in front of the other. You don't have to take it all at once. Like, even if it's week by week, one day I'll get to month by month and I'll be able to manage it. Months go by and you'll be like, wow, I was resilient enough to go through that. So racing always reminds me of that. It always reminds me of how strong I actually am, because sometimes I do self-sabotage and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is way too hard. Biking here, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, because it was all uphill. Okay, it's from downtown to Etobicoke, it's all uphill. But I remember I was like, no, if I run 42 kilometers 3 times, like, I can definitely do anything. If I've gone through that kind of breakup in my life, like, I can pretty much get out of like anything. Obviously every challenge isn't going to be easy, but knowing that I have my ways to manage it, I feel like, okay, I have the tools and resources to take on the next challenge. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much. Nice one. Nice story. Nice advice. Nice lecture. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So BedNighters, well, what do you have to say about fitness and everything Monalisa said to us? What you guys have to say? And please listen. There's nothing like being fit. Is good. Is good for everything. Is good for your physical health. Is good for your emotional health. Your, your well-being. I know. Am I the one supposed to be giving this advice? Yes, I've not been consistent myself, but whenever I work out, whenever I take a walk, I notice a difference. Like whenever I'm up early, I go to the gym, walk on the treadmill or run, then do my Pilates and lift my 15 or 10 kg weight. I actually feel better and fulfilled, and I tend to achieve more those days. But the only problem I have right now these days is waking up on time. In January, every new year you have this new year resolution. Yes. In January, I was going to the gym religiously. I don't know what happened. In February, I got sick, and after that sickness, I've not been consistent anymore. But because of this, you said, I will go to the gym.
You will. You will. Think of your future kids. Think of your future life. Think of like just your future. Like, life is already hard enough. Why would I want another, like, can you, like, we're paying so many bills right now as adults. Now you want me to pay a medical bill because I can take care of myself?
Yeah.
Huh?
And it's free. Like, working out is free. If you don't have a gym, go for a work. If you can't afford the Pilates studio, buy a mat, do it in your living room. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Please take care of your health, eat healthy, work out. And just like Monalisa said, it's a routine. Once you train your body, you get used to it. And she said, don't forget, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour. So don't just say, okay, but I can't commit to going every day. Then you start day by day, okay? So if you can start once, if you're just getting started today and you say, okay, I'm going to the gym just today, next week you can do twice. Next 3 weeks, 3 times. And that's how you build your brain and your body to get used to the workout routine, your fitness routine. So let me know what you guys have in your head down in the comment section of wherever you're watching or listening from. And don't forget to check Monalisa out. Like, if you're really interested in racing, cycling, swimming, or fitness journey in general, check her out at what?
At the Run Club President on Instagram.
On Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.